This is not a recap episode. We really want to get back into the story. And I think I have an islander here. What do you think? Why are you even on the island?
I want to get off this bloody island. I'm sick and tired.
You have a phone too?
I'm telling my friend. Oh, wait. I'm telling
And
you're lost.
these are not cut out, so
That's right.
use your imagination. So
Who's your audience? Gilligan's Island?
I don't know. We might find them
That's
on
right.
the
Come
island
on,
eventually
skip
too, because we are always lost because we have so many questions. That's why we want to get back into the story. So
Yeah, we're stuck on a 3-hour tour.
So welcome back, everyone. Storm here.
I'm lost. Tom here.
Kimmy here.
So we watched the
Doug Blake
recap
here.
last time, and that was episode 14 on Amazon. So I'm not sure if that was actually in the lineup originally, or if this was just a behind the scenes, not even a behind the scenes, but just a recap thing that was separate.
I'm sure it was part of the lineup. I mean, you got to think of how spread apart these episodes were in reality when they first came out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 5th season, 5 years have gone by since people have been watching at the beginning.
Yeah, and there is a lot to take in. So there's a lot of things you could have forgotten, and because we're watching this every week. I'm using my props now, but
That's right.
so there were a lot of breaks in between every season. Hey. So
That's
it's
right.
good to actually have a recap too.
Yeah, and I did like the part where Hugo said that, you have to go back to the island. He agreed. For him to say that as well, it's not just,
It's not just Ben.
It's not just Benny Boy, yeah.
Benny boy.
Yeah. So you guys ready?
Ready.
Let's do it.
So 5:15 on Amazon. What was shot in his bag?
Oh,
Cody!
it's Cody.
Crap. So he actually did get
Gunshot wound with classic.
shot.
You're gonna have to wait here. Where are you taking? What's happening? What's happening?
Adrenaline.
We're going to do everything we
If you
can.
keep talking to her, she's not going to be there to help him.
Aww.
I'm Eloise Hawking, and I believe it's my son's fault that Desmond has been shot.
Ben's mommy?
Benjamin Linus.
Lord, no. My son is Daniel Faraday.
What the hell are you doing back here, Dan? Once you left for Ann Arbor, I figured you'd gotten rich inventing the DVD or something. This is what I'm doing back here.
We were on a plane, and then,
Who told you to get on a plane?
as a matter of fact, Dan, it was your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Did she tell you it was your destiny? She was wrong.
Do you know what destiny means? Destiny means that if one has a special gift, then it must be nurtured. Your gift, Daniel, is your mind. A mind that is meant for science, mathematics. There's no more time for distractions.
I want to keep playing the piano. I can do both. I can make time.
If only you could.
Yeah, Faraday's back. What do you mean Faraday's back? Why?
I have no idea. He came in on the sub, he woke me up, he started talking nonsense, and then he took off to the Orchid.
I'd love to trade theories about this, but I'm a little busy right now. Phil, one of my security guys, set up a videotape of me and Kate taking the kid out to the hostels.
And where's the tape?
With Phil.
And where's Phil?
In the bedroom. Or a closet. Oh, yeah. He remembers all this.
1 centimeter further,
Yeah, the guy gets hurt.
energy. That would have happened.
The same thing is going to happen at the site for the Swan Station, only the energy there is about 30,000 times more powerful, sir.
What could possibly qualify you to make that kind of prediction?
I'm from the future.
Just look at my journal, please. Look at these equations. Some of them won't be discovered for another 20 years. Hey, Dr. Cheng.
Hey, Danny, leave the man alone. Miles is your son.
Is this true?
No.
Come on.
Please, stay away from me.
Please.
Hi, Mom. I want you to meet Teresa.
Dan's told me so much
Pleased to meet you.
Oh, just totally dismisses him.
You're so rude to Teresa.
What's that?
Teresa is my girlfriend.
She is your research assistant.
When will it be enough, Mother? When? I'm the youngest doctor to ever graduate from Oxford. I just got a new 1.5 million pound research grant.
Grant? That's wonderful. From whom?
Charles Whitmore.
Good luck, Daniel. And I do hope you know that I mean that.
Journal.
Ah, yeah, the one he writes in his equations.
Last thing I want to do is leave.
How much time do we have before someone realizes he's gone?
Not enough.
I'm not getting on that sub if there's a chance that my wife is still on this island.
Yeah, me neither. It's 2 votes for square one.
Yeah.
Hey, James. Welcome to the meeting, Twitchy. Does anyone know where I can find the hostels? One of them is my mother, and she is the only person on this island who can get us back to where we belong.
Salvage vehicle in
How do you want your eggs, Dan?
Oh yeah, we've seen this.
So what happened? They found that missing plane?
Did Caroline tell you I have a condition that affects my memory? Just
Don't be embarrassed. We've never met. My name is Charles Whitmore.
I meant to thank you before I left Oxford.
You mean before you were dismissed?
I tested that on myself first.
It's all right, Daniel.
I would never hurt Teresa.
Please, I came to offer you a new opportunity. Did I say something to upset you?
It's this plane crash.
Daniel.
Going on my ship.
The real Oceanic Flight 815 crashed on an island, a special island. I want to send you to the island. It will heal you, Daniel. Your mind. Your memory.
You met her, actually. When the island is skipping back in
mother's
1954. They were calling her Ellie.
You guys were in 1954?
You and Sawyer took Ben out to them. Can you get us back out there? Whoa, hold on a second. Don't say a word, Kate. She can say what she wants to say.
The code for the fence is 141717. You should take Daniel.
That's hard.
These people are not going to be happy to see us. Might be a good idea to bring some guns. You know, there's a gun safe in the motor pool, but it's locked.
Good thing I'm a janitor then.
My name's Charlotte. What's yours?
I'm Daniel. In case what I do doesn't work, you cannot be here. You have to leave.
Dr. Cheng asked us to help.
The gun! Oh gosh, Danny boy.
You're lying. Now drop the guns!
Okay.
Don't you? No! No! Oh, he did. Are you serious? Oh, it's a shootout.
I think we can make it to the Jeep.
All right, I'll cover you. Dan, you go too, all right?
You got shot in the
She only
neck?
got nicked
With the shoulder?
Fuel? Oh no.
Oh.
Bye-bye.
Killed the guy.
Guys. Uh-oh, watch out. It's going to the tree.
I came here, Daniel, to tell you that it is very important that you say yes to Mr. Whitmore.
He needs someone who can do really, really complex space-time calibrations and calculate bearings, and I don't know how to do that anymore.
Did he tell you that it could make you better? What if it's true? Why, then you could go on with your work. Just think of all you could accomplish.
Will it make you proud of me?
Yes, Daniel, it will.
Then I'll do it. This is our present. When we met, did I have a scar on my neck? No. Because I hadn't been shot yet. Any one of us can die, Jack.
Okay.
I heard it power down.
I did too.
Yeah.
I get myself so worked up.
I heard it go.
He just said anyone could die. This is
Yeah.
our present. I'm like,
I'm turning back now.
That's not good, right?
No. No, go in the back door, guys.
Honey Chenja.
What the hell's going on? Just got shot by a physicist, and the new recruits are helping.
oh crap, they're gonna hear it, guy.
We've been infiltrated.
Close it.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Oh no. Guys.
Juliet's right there.
Juliet's got to do something. Hey, Phil.
Oh crap.
Get down on the ground
No.
now.
Anyone could die at any moment?
I know.
I said now!
Oh shit, this guy's...
Oh, god.
Time bomb.
Dharma folks at the Swan Work site, they're gonna drill into the ground and accidentally tap into a massive pocket of energy. The result of the release of this energy would be catastrophic. These people are gonna spend the next 20 years keeping that energy at bay by pressing a button.
So it was real.
Your friend Desmond will one day fail to push, and that will cause your plane to crash on this island. Can't change the past. I forgot about the variables. Do you know what the variables in these equations are, Jack?
You guys.
No. Us. I think I can negate that energy. Under the swan. I think I can destroy it. If I can, and your plane will never crash. The plane will land. Just like it's supposed to. I'm gonna detonate a hydrogen bomb.
We got one available.
Oh, yeah. I know where it is.
Daniel Faraday. That's the man who sent Desmond to Los Angeles to find you.
That's right.
What do you mean? Is Des gonna be okay?
I don't know. For the first time in a long time, I don't know what's going to happen next.
Wow, she doesn't have a premonition.
Your husband's in the recovery room and he's asking for you.
The recovery room, is he?
He's doing fine.
Oh, God, the blood stain.
I promised you, Betty, I'd never leave you again.
Don't you talk to me about sacrifice, Charles. I had to send my son back to the island, knowing full well that...
My son too, Eloise.
Yep. Okay.
See? Ding ding.
Oh. Don't you remember that?
Caw.
Wish me luck.
Yeah, you're
Wait,
gonna
you
need
can't,
it.
don't go up
You
with
can't
the gun
just
like
walk
this.
in there.
Oh, God. I think it's such a bad idea they gave him a
talk to
gun.
Richard.
Yeah, they shouldn't have gave him one.
Just ask to talk to Richard. He doesn't even...
Back up. Step away. It's okay.
All he has to do is this big...
It's okay.
Big eyes.
I need you to take me to Eloise.
I already told you she's not here. Let's just take it easy.
Where's the bomb, Richard? The hydrogen bomb that I told you people to bury. Where is it?
Would they just shoot him?
Oh, no.
They
Someone
just
shot
shot him
Dan.
right through.
No.
This is horrible. No.
No. No
Oh, we
way.
don't know that.
And that was his mom. That was Eloise.
You knew this was gonna happen.
Oh.
You sent me here anyway.
Who are you?
I'm your son.
I really missed it.
Yeah, she knew this already.
Oh, shit.
It's gone.
That was so sad.
Oh my God. He changed
poor
it.
Dan.
So, it happens.
With him saying that, I just didn't think he was going to be the one to go. I was hoping that.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
He
then
had
talking
been
about variables
rolling.
and stuff, I was kind of hoping that he would change something.
Yeah, he would change the whole thing, but then he realized once he got skimmed in the neck there, he was like, yeah, dead is dead, I could die. And that's when he was warning Jack, so he was the victim. And Jack and Kate just saw it.
Yeah, and
Right?
I'm surprised
They were
that
from
Jack
the-
didn't,
Yeah, now they're totally screwed now.
That is so sad. And it still
gonna
goes
happen.
around where, poor Dan, the last words he was saying was, like, you knew this was going to happen and you let me come here anyways. And I'm kind of like, first of all, her younger self, great actress, matches, her older self perfectly. And she's like, who are you? And
Well,
the
her younger
realization-
her younger self doesn't really understand what he means by that yet.
Well, yeah.
But her older self understands it because she already did that act. And that's probably what she meant when she said that you don't talk to me about sacrifice when she slapped Charles.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I
Yep.
was going to say that maybe this was the variable with him going into the camp and her shooting him was different. Because for her to let him go to the island and let that happen, why even let that happen in the first place? So that was her sacrifice. And then her going up to Penny and saying, like, worried for Desmond and being like, I don't know what's going to happen now from here on out. Like, usually she does. And she seemed really pained by that. Like,
Yeah, like, oh, I'm just mortal, I don't know.
so I was thinking maybe she didn't know that that didn't happen in her past or something with her shooting Dan originally, but
Well, she's lucky that when she shot Dan, it didn't go through Dan and hit Richard.
yeah. I was kind of curious if he was going to shoot Richard, and I thought he was going to burst into smoke or something. I was expecting to see something very, like, extraordinary.
Yes.
Because Rich, he never ages, and and he's a very mysterious person. So
he is. He's very much. He's the one stable thing.
No,
person with that island.
Refresh my memory when Richard said, have we met? And then he said, did you bury the hydrogen bomb like I asked you guys to? What time frame did he say that in?
I think that was 54. I think that was in 1954.
Okay, and they're in the 77.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for him to need to use that bomb, now it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. So everything happens as normal. Dr. Cheng sends his family away.
Well,
there's still mainland.
He started telling them the plan, and he mentioned the hydrogen bomb to Jack and Kate.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But I don't know if they'll put together the whole plan.
Right, and the whole gang knows
really
about
messy.
what he wants. Yeah.
And look at Sawyer now and Juliet. I know. That's really not good.
I'm very worried about them too, because they could potentially die right here. They have 3 guys in that house.
And they have one guy tied up that they saw.
That are armed. Yep. They have one. That's what's making them draw their guns on them. So I'm worried about them now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now shit's hitting the fan and everybody's a
they're
suspect.
all vulnerable, right?
Yeah. It's really sad, too, because Sawyer and a few of them have been here for a few years now, over 3 years.
Yeah.
And that's a long time. And
it's their home now.
Yeah, and it's not like, we have to get up and move. It's like, okay, well, we have this safe living way of life, or we have to go on the run and go into the scary jungle again and survive. They've done it before, but you also have a smoke monster we don't fully understand still, and you have the others, you have hostiles, there's a lot of dangers out there. You have polar bears somewhere, right? So
it's all in the name of
it's not just like moving away or something. You're on the run, and it's going to be.
Well, he did say start from square one again.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and for them to get uprooted like that, it really sucks. But even with Sawyer and Juliet, hopefully they get out of that. But even they're on not great terms. Sawyer still loves her, but. She is very dry to him now because she's protecting herself, because she knows that he still cares for Kate. And
because he mentioned he brought back an old pet name, Freckles.
Yeah, Freckles, yeah,
that's right.
So and that's when she kind of went like, "Do you still have my back?"
Right.
Oh,
that's when
that
she's
was a good
questioning
question to
him.
ask,
Yeah.
So I think in this scenario, as long as the other guy's not too trigger happy, I hope they survive it and can still work together to get out of there. Well, I
hope so, but I think he is, he's really trying to grasp at what's going on. He feels betrayed now. The head of security has one of his own men.
And that's like, who do I trust?
Cubby.
Yeah.
Yeah. And his friends are, they're fleeing. They just drew guns at him.
If they just, look around their house, they're going to find them packing to go away somewhere. So
if they go on their bed, they're going to see all the clothes there.
Clothes and the food and all that kind of stuff. And
yeah. Now going back to Dan, because this was about him this episode.
Mm-hmm.
The title was called The Variable.
Mm-hmm.
Great title for it. We learn a lot about the characters, and a lot of them have tragic stories, and he had some kind of mind condition, and we know he was able to, super smart guy, and able to time jump or use his mind to time jump or whatever. So did that give him his disease initially, to actually
I think he was
forget?
I think he was doing that experiment on himself first, and then whatever happened, and then he did it on
Teresa.
And that's how she wound up bedridden. And
so that caused his mind to go.
How would he have done it if he had a condition after it to do it with her, unless she wanted to, because she was also a student. Well, she was his research assistant, so she probably did it on herself or whatever between the both of them. So maybe she willingly did it, and the sister blames him for being a monster. So he really wasn't a monster. We were always worried, when Charlotte said he was mean, and said that she was scared of him, and when Teresa's sister said, you know, what he's done to her. So it really wasn't he wasn't as
like
bad
a
as
malicious
we
thing.
kind of
Yeah.
thought. Wow, what kind of person was he in the past?
Yeah.
But he wasn't.
Poor Dan.
He was just a scared person when he said that to her, and then it kind of made her a little scared, so she might have perceived it as him being...
Right, because he's trying to, resonate this information that's so important. Get on that
Yeah, and he's
submarine.
emotional, and he's saying something so deep to her, and he's a stranger to her, and so she's probably like, what the heck is going on right now?
He's pretty much...
This man is like coming at me and...
Yeah, this person I never met is
things.
crying and telling me that, you know, if I don't get on the submarine, we're all gonna die.
Right.
Yeah, and a kid like that age, no matter how smart you are, that's a lot to take in. So,
but you know, I'm hoping that his journal has his whole plan written out on it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if Richard will do anything to change it, or if that'll be, you know, what the outcome will that be. But that's still part of the variable, I think.
Yeah, I think he's going to be gone. I don't think it's going to be like he healed Ben kind of thing, and he can do it to Dan. But I don't think that's going to be it.
Unless the island wants him.
And that's so sad. He was such a brilliant man and such a sweet person.
Yeah, and Eloise, like, I know she cares for her son, but the fact that she put him through all this, I know there's still a lot we don't understand, that her and Charles are obsessed with this island. They manipulate whoever they can to get what they want, and here she loves her son, but you have a gift, and I need you to just focus on that gift. And I felt like she did it more, of course, for herself, not him,
right?
Because he wanted to play piano, which he seemed to still do, which is nice, but you know, he went a different path because of his mom, and she didn't want him to have any distractions. And then with all his discoveries, he lost his mind over time. And then if she did know, which it sounds like at this point she did, to send him to the island just to die, like, why the heck would you do that in the first place? Like, he's your
because
son.
he's a constant, so he's something that everything needs to be set into motion in order for reality to stay the same. You know what I mean? So if she changes anything and he doesn't fulfill his destiny, so to speak, then she might not ever have him to begin with, you know, because she might not have met. Well, she probably did meet Charles.
Yeah, because she was already there on the island. Yeah. I get
But
what
she
you're
might not
trying to
have.
say.
She might not have felt the need to have Dan. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, because apparently, you know, her and Charles got together to have him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I mean, they might not have gotten together. Dan might not have been born. You know, and then the whole, you know, evolution of the time frame might have been different.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I think she always did care for her son, so she wanted him. They had him. But yeah, I'd like to keep things in motion. She knew he had to do all these steps because everything had to happen a certain way, and it goes back to the island that they want certain things to still happen on the island, because here Dan is like talking about variables and how he can possibly change the future and, you know, blow up that, you know, and seal completely that whole electromagnet, you know, that explosion or whatever, to keep that contained. So if that was a possibility, like, that's why she never told Dan about, you know, her younger self killing him if he walked into camp, because, you know, she didn't want that to happen either. So she probably wanted, I really think it was more, even though she cares for him, I really think it's a more selfish thing between her and Charles with the island, because that's the top priority for everything. And it's not particularly about, like, you know, maybe it's about keeping the timeline the exact same way, but I think it's more than that. Like, they want to accomplish something, and they don't want anyone to get in the way of that. So no matter how heartbreaking it is for her, she's like, well, you have to go down this path because you're going to do all these things that put everything in action, and then you're going to try to dismantle it, so you have to die in that moment. And ironically, like, she's the one who freaking kills him, not knowing who he is. Like, that is so tragic.
But she knows that, being her older self, she knows that she's the one who kills him.
Yeah, which is so freaking
so
sad.
So she knows that she's telling him to.
There.
Yeah.
It's awful. And,
but you can tell, though, that every interaction she has with him and telling him that he has to fulfill his destiny, you can tell how hurt she is in her eyes, and how she talks to him, writing in her journal saying, "I'll always love you."
Yeah.
You know, so she is really hurt by doing this, but she knows of a greater good, I guess.
And all along she has these premonitions, so she knows that, you know, everything has to happen, everything's going along, right until she's at the hospital.
Yeah, why did she lose it there?
Yeah, it was completely diminished.
Yeah, and I started to say something during our reaction where when Desmond got shot, we saw it a few times now in the recaps when it actually happened, and then this episode, but I don't remember actually seeing blood or a gunshot. So when he fell backwards, we made a joke at one point when it first happened or something where we thought a can or some kind of grocery that he had. Yeah, a can of tuna fish. Like he had something in his grocery bag to
deflect it or something.
Yeah, that stopped the bullet. And I kind of said, or the island's not done with him, so he didn't actually get shot. Like it may be the impact of it, like hitting something in his bag, made him fall back and knocked him out or something. But no, he actually did get shot.
He got shot and he had a sling in, so maybe it was when he was holding the bag of groceries, maybe it hit, you know, maybe it, you know.
I mean, it could have hit somewhere up in here too, where
it could.
You have to kind of immobilize his arm.
Yeah, could have just hit his chest, upper chest or something.
Yeah.
But he's talking. It's a miracle. I mean, it's amazing.
He's lucky.
They're so cute. Him and Penny are so adorable together.
I kind of got like a little weird. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if you should just leave this nurse with Charlie. Just take the baby with you.
Yeah, I know.
Like she's like, who is this nurse? Eloise or something. And it's like,
they trust nobody.
Yeah. But again, the show completely surprises us and has these deeper connections.
It does.
And relations with the different people. Where
right.
Why are they all here? You know?
Yeah, like even Miles and Dr. Cheng. I mean, that's another thing right there.
Who had to come right out with that.
Miles didn't even want to help. He's like, nope, I don't want anything to do with this.
Well, it's going back to Eloise in the hospital. You know, when she said that, you know, my son has you know, was part of the reason why your husband got shot. She goes, your son is Benjamin Linus. For some reason, I thought the exact same thing. And I didn't think for a second. I'm like, wait a minute. No, your son is Daniel.
I know, the first 1 second, I'm like, oh, maybe that's her grandson. No.
Because Ben's the one who actually did the act. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, because sometimes, like, when things get loud with our earbuds, it's hard to hear each other, and I don't see it till post. But in that case, like, I just didn't want to explain it while we were watching, because I know sometimes...
Yeah, well, it took my brain for a second when, okay, Benjamin Linus was the one who actually committed the act, and the way she said it made my brain think, oh, her son was Benjamin.
Well, you know, you think about it.
I think I remember you saying that, yeah.
You think back where she was with Ben and having everyone go back, and she was just working with him because that was what she needed to do to have everything
that was the order of
so
things.
They can go back to the island. So she had to do it because, I mean, he is technically another.
We need like a giant erase board, and we need to have like thumbtacks and like wires going to everybody.
Yeah, no, it's so true though.
But going back to Dharma though, you know how they at some point they all disappear or they all get killed. I wonder if half of them get killed because of our guys, you know, trying to escape from what they're doing now.
It's going to be this explosion now, this magnetic thing. 4 hours they only have, maybe 3.5 now.
So what will Miles' dad do? Will he decide to try to contain it and change it this time?
He'll probably take his family, little Miles and the wife and a bunch of and Charlotte. They'll all get on the submarine.
Yeah, so he'll probably take caution from Dan's words.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to fully believe it.
So he'll stay, and that's what happens to him.
Yeah, so he'll stay, but he'll send his family offshore,
and then he'll die.
And then, but there's still a variable of Daniel's journal, and with Jack and Kate still right there, that maybe something could still change.
Yeah.
I mean, just me knowing there's still 2 more seasons, I don't think that's going to change. But
yeah.
Or one more season, whatever.
I know. I just, Dan, I really liked his character. I'm so sad for him.
And he's like, right now, it was a pivotal moment. I mean, everything was hinging on him.
Well, maybe he's not dead. Maybe he knew this was going to happen, and he took. Maybe his journal deflected or something. He's just unconscious.
No, he was bleeding.
Hold on to this journal. It's very magical.
Right.
I'll shoot you, but you won't die.
Yeah.
You'll bleed a lot, but
I'll always love you.
Oh, and I gotta
Maybe
say,
you had like ketchup
I know,
packets in
yeah.
there or something.
But I really have to say I like Richard's character because he's so mysterious and how open he is. Like, he comes right out with coffee. I mean, here Dan already came in with a gun. Gunshots went off, and he's not like in protection mode or like defense
Same with
mode
when
or
John
something.
came into the camp. You know, he's just very okay.
Yeah, because he's just set and
Can
he
I help you?
knows a lot more than anyone
Well,
else, and he comes.
yes,
in and he's like,
I
"All
think
right,
he-
Let's talk. We met before. Like, he knows like all these time jumps and stuff that he has
Yeah.
to be more welcome.
Well, I think he's a lot like Locke, or Locke's a lot like him, where he kind of understands that things happen for a reason,
Yeah.
you know, and just to let things happen and see how it plays out,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and
As I like
'cause
that. Yeah.
Richard's, every time you meet Richard, he's always calm and focused.
Even more so
Yeah.
than John. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even when he's dealing with Benjamin, you know, he seems to be more clearer than Benjamin.
Yeah, I agree.
You
And
know,
again,
so-
he never ages. And like, does he time jump or does he just have a really long life for
there's
some reason?
something up with
the
him.
human form of the island. He's just the island.
Well, I mean, we still don't know who this
Then we have
Jacob
Jack's
character
dad.
is. Yeah, but I mean, we still don't know who this Jacob guy is, and
Yeah, there's that
I have
too.
you know that show Undercover Boss.
Yes.
That's who I think Richard is. I think he's Jacob in disguise.
Hey, you know what? There's
Jacob
always
said.
twist.
You know, that's what I think.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we're actually watching the story again. The recap was good, but still, like, I really just...
But you know, there's just so many
Love the
things are
story.
happening. You gotta go like, okay, wait a minute, let me write this down. Okay, this guy is doing what now?
I know, right? But it is very
1954, Daniel said, "Hey." 1977,
Bomb.
Daniel says, "Hey," and gets shot. You know?
That's
Hey.
Yeah, poor Dan. So sorry to see you go. That is... I mean, it's not just... I mean, the worst way to die, too, by your own mom, and that's what you see.
And it's interesting how when he was so sad, like going back to when he was like forgetful and he had his memory loss, and when Charles came to see him, and how ironic is it for him to be watching this plane crash, and
Just
Charles
crying.
says, "No, I made that all up. You know, it was my doing."
He's like, "Why are you telling me this?"
Right. And I have a proposition for you. So it's sad to see him, you know, lose his memory like that, and then, you know, to work so hard at, you know, he's such a brilliant guy. I can't imagine like what he was going through.
Well,
Like,
see,
he's so sad.
with him being so brilliant, though, makes me wonder if he knew this event was going to happen, if he took precautions. You know, because he kept on saying that
Well, he did.
they
He
are the
wanted-
variable.
And Desmond was his constant. Now
Yeah.
Desmond survived. Maybe that will be his constant. I don't know.
I mean, they're still stuck in the past, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
dead is dead. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, you're the variable.
You're
No,
the variable.
it's so
We
sad.
love you though.
Yeah, and I did make
I
a
don't know, I'm
comment.
still having hope.
I made a comment during the scene where he was crying about the plane crash, and when Charles actually confessed that he did it, and said it was fake. I know we said a couple times in the past, and I did during the reaction, where I was like, well, you know, hopefully it wasn't another plane that he downed and blamed it and made it look like that plane. But no, there's no way, because then how do you cover that out? Because they have to cover up another story
Well,
too.
I think they explained it in one of the
They
older
did.
episodes.
They,
but
they had all these supplies and whatever.
And they went to the old grave site and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
that's
and
right,
Dug
yeah.
up bodies, remember?
Yeah. Oh, and I think we lost Tom. Oh, no,
Tommy
but we
is
were talking too
frozen.
much. So thank you so much for watching,
said the
guys.
thumbnail.
Until next time, he'll be back. And we'll see you very soon, as always.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
He was time jumping.
He was time jumping. Where's your flash?